If you want to get lean, you need to master this one skill, and it's not a calorie deficit. It's not walking 10K steps or even doing weight training consistently. The real reason why 99% of people can't get lean is because they are not in control of their body. This video is about how to take back control of your body so you can go from this to this. Let's get into it. Now you might be thinking, what do you mean I'm not in control of my body? I can do this, I can do that. I'm totally in control. Well, I thought the same until I went to military reserves training and they decided what I ate, when I ate, how much I ate, and what I would do during the day. So who's really in control of my body? In the field of fitness and dieting, if you don't control what you eat, what goes inside your body, if you don't decide when you're going to eat or how much you're going to eat, and instead these factors are decided by friends, family, circumstances, expectations, then you really can't be said to be the guy that's controlling your body. So it becomes of absolute importance that you learn the skill of setting boundaries. And this is the skill that I would say is the most important when it comes to getting lean, even more than staying a calorie deficit, than going on 10K steps and all these kinds of things. Because if you can do this, then you really do control how you look. So don't underestimate this. And in this video, we're going to break down exactly how you can get better at saying no and stop people pleasing and just become an absolute expert when it comes to setting boundaries, ultimately with the goal of looking the best you can. And step one, first of all, realize that you are a people pleaser, that you don't really set boundaries very well. I used to run errands for my family and at the end of the day feel really bad. I used to stay in a PhD program and a master's program for years because I just wanted to be the good son. I was just that guy. I wanted to get along with everyone and I lived according to what people thought was a nice thing to do. But at some point at the end of the day, I would feel bad if I spent the whole day running errands. I was almost depressed when I was in my PhD because I knew it wasn't something I wanted to do. And if you felt something similar, where you spend a day trying to get along with people and at the end of it, you kind of feel like, why did I do that? I don't even feel good. I don't even feel like I'm really living my life. Then chances are you are a people pleaser. You have issues setting boundaries. It's not the end of the world. You just got to realize it, because the next steps we're going to get into is going to show you exactly how you can become an expert at setting boundaries. So first of all is awareness. Next, you have to make a decision to actually improve in this area. And what I did was, when I realized it and I was like, I'm kind of running away from conflict or difficult situations. You know what? I'm just going to face the fear and go for it. I would say no to social events. I would say no to the PhD, quit, do a complete 180 on my life, go into the military of all places. As soon as you make this decision and you do it, it becomes easier. If you take this as a project where maybe you're not good at saying no, maybe you're not good at saying boundaries right now, but you take it upon yourself to improve this skill, you realize exactly that it is a skill, that it is a muscle, that over time with practice, you can get better. So the next step is to make a decision that you will improve in this area and take small steps. Next, you have to create what I call a practice ground, something like a sandbox where you can develop the skill, try saying no, try setting boundaries in a safe environment to prove to yourself that nothing bad's gonna happen and you can slowly get better at it. And what I did is, when I would go into a taxi, I'll be sitting there and the taxi driver would have the radio on and it was just too loud. And whenever I felt like, oh, you know, I would want this radio off because I need to work, but he probably wants to listen to his music, and I found myself justifying and just saying, you know what, I'm just gonna not tell him to turn the radio off because, you know, I probably don't want to cause a conflict. Every time I caught myself saying that, I was like, you know what, no, this is me avoiding setting boundaries. So I would say, hey, could you please turn the radio off? I have something important that I need to do. And every single bloody time, the taxi driver had absolutely no issue. And he was like, yeah, okay, cool, no problem. No conflict was had. The world didn't end. I felt better and there was nothing to be worried about, okay? And now I just do it every time. Every time I get in the taxi and the guy's got the radio on, I'll tell him to turn it off. You got to create these small practice grounds. Another thing that I did was, people were asking to come to these social events. And I was the guy where like everybody would gather in my room for social events. I would always be the guy like trying to make social events, go to every bloody social event imaginable. Now I feel like I go to none of them. I got absolutely no friends now. I just don't do that anymore. What I realized is that you can say no to these social events as well. If it doesn't serve you, your goals, where you want to go, how you feel in the moment, realize you can say no and the world's not going to end. Not everybody's going to talk bad about you and hate you. This is one of the most important things you can realize, which is the next point, is that nothing terrible is going to happen as a result of you setting boundaries. You think if you tell your friends, your family, oh no, I'm not going to eat that cookie. No, I'm not going to go do this thing because I care about my physique. You think if you set these boundaries, they're going to be like, oh my God, you're so selfish. You're such an idiot. We hate you. You should just live by yourself. It's even crazy to voice this out, but you imagine things like this happening, which is why you play by the script of the good guy, the good son, the good friend, the good husband, the good wife, whatever it is. And one of the biggest things you can do is just realize through this practice that we spoke about that nothing terrible actually happens. When I said no to attend a friend's wedding because he wasn't really my friend, nothing bad happened. When a bunch of friends gathered and said, oh, we're going to do this reunion, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna go. Nothing bad actually happened. When I quit my PhD and went to the military and thought it was the end of my world, and eventually I started a YouTube, nothing terrible happened. In fact, the exact opposite of terrible happened. And this is what you'll start to realize. Once you start to set boundaries in a way that actually serves your interests, you'll be very surprised at the positive results that come at the end of it. And the next thing is you gotta start challenging yourself to say no in more and more challenging situations. Let's say you're having a family dinner and your grandma tells you to eat this cookie, and she says it 10 times, 20 times, and you say, no, I'm on a diet, grandma, I'm not gonna eat that. You go to your friend's house, and now 5 different people are saying, oh, come on, man, you gotta eat this, like, come on, it's like Sophie made this, like, she spent all day, you're gonna be that guy. Maybe you go out with your friends and there's some drinks flowing around and there's like 20 of them just saying, oh my god, you just have a drink, what do you mean you're on a diet, bro? Oh, he wants to calculate calories. There's mockery, there's even pressure in a way where you feel a little bit like, oh shit, I should do something, I should eat something, I should drink something, I should play by the rules. In these moments, all the practice that you did, all the realization that has occurred in terms of nothing terrible is going to happen, all of that is the confidence that's built up in you. And eventually you'll be able to say no in these situations with such ease and conviction that nobody even seeks to challenge it or to change your opinion. This is something that I know because I went through it. Back in the day, I would say no to my grandma, to my friends, to whatever situation, and there would always be room for negotiation. They would say, oh, but this, do this, what about this, what about that? Nowadays, because I have that confidence and I have built up that confidence through the first few steps we spoke about, when I say, no, I'm not going to have that, I don't have breakfast. Yeah, you want to have the cookie? No, I don't eat that. No, I don't want that. End of. There is no second question. There is no room for negotiation and discussion. When I say it, they can see I mean it. They can see I'm not apologetic about it. I'm not giving a multitude of reasons why I've made that decision. And they don't seek to push it. And in fact, a lot of people actually respect that and don't push. You got to understand that, first of all, you can get better at it. Second of all, what you think people will do is often in your head. And it's also often created by that doubt that you have in your head. If you have that doubt, then it's almost like you're creating that reality. But if you don't have the doubt, if you know in your head, no's a no, boom, it's done. This is how you set boundaries. This is how you say no to all these events that are throwing you off your diet, throwing you off your training plan. Learn to say no. Next, now at this point you might be wondering, but I just want to get along with people. I actually like the fact that I want to do these things with friends, and why do I have to set boundaries and say no and draw all these lines? In many cases, if you want to enjoy a good time with friends, if you want to have a few drinks, if you want to entertain the cookie,
by all means, Captain.
Do it all the time. That's besides the point. As long as you know what you're doing, as long as it comes from your own intention, it's something that fits in a plan that you made for yourself, then this is good. In fact, this is in line with setting boundaries. You are in control of your life. It's really when you had the intention to not overdrink, to not overeat, to not say yes to all those cookies, and then in the heat of the moment, the pressure gets to you. What do you have to do as the next step is you got to register how your life improves as a result of you setting better boundaries. When I first started saying no to these random social events, when I started saying no to people soliciting me to have food or to go places, when I started saying no to errands and things so I could protect my time and do the things that I thought were important to me, my life drastically improved in terms of how I felt every day, how much I enjoyed my everyday. My health improved, my finances improved, my relationships improved. In fact, just about everything improved. So you have to experience it by yourself, and the positive results that come from setting boundaries is what's going to reinforce that decision of going through that initial discomfort. You're going to be convinced that you made the right decision, and you're really going to learn the power of no. Next, the final step, which is truly the full circle when it comes to setting better boundaries, is you have to forgive yourself for being the way you are. There are a multitude of reasons why you became somewhat a people pleaser, someone who struggles to set boundaries. One example might be that when you were a child, your love from your primary caretakers, your parents, your whoever it was that was looking after you, their love was in somewhat conditional to you behaving well, like a good boy. Maybe they said, do this, and you did it, and you got good feedback. So in your childlike brain, you interpreted that to mean, I must play by the rules or there will be conflict. I must play by the rules and then I can get the love that I want. And even though your parents or the caretakers may have meant well and gave you unconditional love, you can interpret situations like that. That's just like how a lot of kids, you can imagine, may have grown up in that situation, right? Where their love felt conditional to good behavior. Then it's internalized inside you that you gotta act and behave really well or else people won't like you. Maybe you had an experience of trauma relating to that. Then boom, something as small as that could make you into a people pleaser, someone who struggles to set boundaries. Another thing could be that you experienced abuse of some sort, emotional, physical, whatever, abuse, and your boundaries were breached and you don't know how to process that, you don't know how to deal with it. And one way of dealing with that is to say that you deserved it. You go into this kind of self-loathing and this self-disrespect, and you allow things to happen because you never really successfully set a boundary, replaying it as a way to try and incorporate it into your psyche and make it okay. There are millions of different ways, I guess, that you could psychoanalyze your way to see why you became that way. It's not really so important exactly the process that created this issue. Maybe it's not even an issue, it's this characteristic within you. What's more important is that you look at it and you can understand it and embrace it and forgive yourself for being the way you are, and understand that many people have gone through the same things and are dealing with the same thing. But I really do believe this is one of the most important soft skills or mindset skills, if you like, when it comes to building the body that you want, and especially losing fat. Because when I coach the clients in my coaching community, one of the questions that I get a lot is, how do I navigate these situations with family, friends, social events, work, and stress, and all these situations that seem to pull at them to take them off course? And these cannot be avoided. You cannot live by yourself in the middle of nowhere in a vacuum where the only person that exerts any kind of intention is yourself. There's always going to be other situations, other people. That's part of life. So how do you build the body that you want, that's lean, that looks good? How do you lose fat in the midst of all these things that are pulling you in all these directions? What is going to give you that structural integrity? That is your ability to set boundaries. And this meta skill, this will govern everything when it comes to your fitness, and I believe in other areas of your life as well. If you also consider this to be important and you want to work on these things, talk about things and bring this to the fore so that you can actually build not just the physical skills, but the mental skills that are required to build the physique that you want, then you can hit the link and join my coaching program where we do that. We put the focus on the mindset, we put the focus on the diet, we put the focus, of course, also on the training so that you can build the physique that you're proud of. Physique that is full of boundaries, by the way, rather than squishy and infiltratable, something that is hard and concrete that defines who you are. So if that resonates with you, hit the second link. If not, share this video with somebody who struggles with setting boundaries. I hope this video helped you and understand that it comes a lot from my personal experience. Don't take this to be some kind of top-down teaching, but just a guy sharing his experience. Hope this video helped. See you next week.